The Commerce Clause. It's 16 words and 2 commas. They're not even hard words. Most people can figure out what it means. Sadly, Congress is not most people. What was originally intended to be a restriction on states has been rewritten into a grant of virtually unlimited power to Congress. How did we get here?
What is meant by the term commerce?
The world is so different now from what it was in 1787. But I think that what the framers intended with the Commerce Clause was to give Congress broad authority to regulate all aspects of the economy.
Really? All aspects of the economy?
Any activity that affects more than one state
can be regulated by Congress, which was not Marshall's intent at all. And of course that turns the Commerce Clause upside down. And it's no longer a power to regulate interstate commerce, it's a power to regulate everything. Wickard is wrongly decided, and it needs to be overturned.
In the wake of the New Deal, the Commerce Clause continued to expand into all aspects of American life. From 1937 to 1995, not a single piece of legislation was struck down as exceeding the scope of Congress's Commerce Clause authority. Angel Raish grew and consumed medical marijuana in her home, which was legal under California's Compassionate Use Act, but illegal under federal law.
This should have been a judgment left to California.
The court said producing a crop that's bought and sold in interstate commerce, albeit illegally for marijuana, is economic activity.
A number of states have challenged the Obamacare, the nationalized health care bill that came out this past year. And the first challenge is on Commerce Clause grounds.
The question revolves around the individual mandate.
And that's why under my plan, individuals will be required to carry basic health insurance.
The act of driving is not a constitutional right, it's a privilege. And so we can impose conditions on the exercise of that privilege under the state's police power. Living is not a privilege, but it's a right. And I can't impose a condition on the mere act of living, which is what the Obamacare mandate does.
I think the Supreme Court will uphold this. I think it may never go to the Supreme Court. If my prediction is right, the courts of appeals will uphold this as constitutional.
What have we got? A republic or a monarchy?
A republic, if you can keep it so.
If I wanted to sponsor a bill and it said, Americans, you have to eat 3 vegetables and 3 fruits every day, and I got it through Congress, and it's now the law of the land, does that violate the Commerce Clause?
Sounds like a dumb law.
Yeah, I got one that's real similar to it I think is equally dumb. I'm not going to mention which it is.
But I think that the question of whether it's a dumb law is different from whether the question of whether it's constitutional. And I think that courts would be wrong to strike down laws that they think are senseless just because they're senseless.
Well, I guess the question I'm asking you is, do we have the power to tell people what they have to eat every day?
Senator Coburn,
I mean, what is the extent of the Commerce Clause? We have this wide embrace of the Commerce Clause, which these guys who wrote this never, ever fathomed that we would be so stupid to take our liberties away by expanding the Commerce Clause this way.